Hello and welcome to today's webinar about tailored content for powerful marketing campaigns. I am happy that so many people joined today, and I will follow you through an example campaign and how to use CELUM platform, the content supply chain, and how it helps you to create a powerful marketing campaign. Good. The session today will be, of course, recorded. We'll send you the recording in a few days, of course, and also feel free to ask questions. We have the questions panel, so we will also have some time to answer them after the demonstration. So feel free to also ask all your questions, what came to your mind. Let me introduce myself as well. So my name is Georg Payreder. I'm working in the technical sales and customer experience team. My responsibility or my work here has to do with how to help customers to use the full potential of our platform. And again, I'm happy to be here today and talk about our platform and our product. Good. So let's dig into the topic directly. So I want to start with a typical use case, a typical requirement. So that you have maybe a campaign, you have a new product launch, and how you can present this new product to different audiences. So let's directly dig deeper into that topic. So give me one sec. Where I want to start the journey is in our CELUM experience part of our platform. So the so-called CELUM portals. It's kind of new, but it's the window to the outside of the content, the window to the people, to the audiences, where you can start to share your content and where you can create dedicated landing pages, for example, for different topics and different user groups. So our CELUM experience and portals can be, as mentioned, either used to also present your brand, so for brand guidelines, brand portals, but you can also use it for very dedicated product related topics, as I have it here for an assortment change. An example, what we created here. So here you see some example products for here, and also an example presentation about a product line with different options that you can also highlight videos, also use text, of course, and also create the content in different pages and navigations. We will also dig a little bit deeper in this topic later, but for a new launch, for a new product line, for example, let's think about our topic for today. What I prepared is a do-it-yourself campaign for products for specifically women's at home. And I want to also start from scratch and also push this new product line, do-it-yourself tools for women here in a portal, for example. And the easiest way to do that is what we see here is still the end user perspective, so the front end for the users. But if I want to start from scratch, I go to the back end perspective for the curators. And if I select here this dedicated portal, that's our visual portal designer. So we have a lot of capabilities to, what you see is what you get editor. So there are no coding skills needed to build here your own landing page portal for users or end users. I want to start here with a new topic from scratch, as mentioned, and also adding here a new page in the headline, in the navigation. The easiest way to do that, I take an existing one and I will just copy it. Copy it, maybe move it to the end and start from scratch with a new topic, like a new sale, for example. Yeah, for today, I will just use here the English title and text here. So you can also, of course, manage it in different languages. There are a lot more, but for today's session, let's stick with the English. Good. That was the first step. And what we see here, I have a new page called new sale, and now the user is able to create the, let's call it a skeleton, to push and provide and create the content. What I will do here now is, for example, change the image here, directly upload it from the desktop, or maybe choose here from existing content, approved content, confirmed content. But as you can see it here, I'm also able to directly change the look and feel of the page here. Maybe I want to change the colors here, and with a few clicks and simple clicks, I would be able to change all the stuff here. I prepared already some text here, so I just copy and paste it to the page. And what is missing is the content. It's the existing content, but I want to push new content. So the campaign, what I mentioned before, so the do-it-yourself woman content, which needs to be prepared yet, which is not ready yet. So we just start here with the portal. It's not published yet, so it's in the progress. It's work in progress, but in the further steps, in the next step, we will see how we get the content, the new content, into the portal and also to the outside world. So I will continue a little bit to also change the look and feel of the portal to make it in a new color, maybe a dedicated color. And for this part, for example, I'm not interested to have here like a video section, so I will close this one. I want to add an image here, and again, you see it here, just with a few simple clicks, I'm able to modify, to create a very nice looking portal or page or landing page here. So I select from the library here. It has to do with do-it-yourself, so the do-it-yourself home ideas. And last but not least, what I will do is also preparing already our content templates. We'll see that in a second, what that is exactly, but I will do the first step to add here our web to print or content templates, as you maybe noted. So for now, I would say I'm finished. So a simple, very easy looking or friendly looking portal is ready, or the skeleton of it. As mentioned, what is still missing, I want to push the new content, the new in stock content, or the new sales content, but the images here or the content is missing. So the only thing what I did now is I prepared the, let's call it again, skeleton of it, and now let's start to create the content for the portal. And for that, for the collaboration, for creating the content, for the exchange with agencies, photographers, product managers, marketing managers, for all different involved people, we have the so-called CELUM work to collaborate, to start creating the content and for approving it. What you see here are different workrooms, different project rooms for different topics. I did little pre-work already, so I was not starting from scratch. But what I wanted to show you here is it comes with a template feature as well. So for different workflows, for different processes, of course, you would prepare the workflow, and then you're just able to select it. As mentioned, I did some little pre-work here, so I already invited all my involved people here. So this could be photographers, this could be agencies, so different personas and users. And also created here this very simple process from the pre-selection, so to be selected, to the approving or the rejected content, what should not be used, for example. So let's start. For example, from photo shooting to the usage in the portal. So the first step would be the photo shooting of it. So the exchange with the photographers, and then the next step, the agency. So what I will do now is create photographer upload task, for example, with a specific deadline here, what was automatically defined and set from the so-called CELUM robots. So deadlines, users, specific actions will be set and defined automatically to reduce the manual effort for the users. Good. What I can also do is create other tasks here, and I will do that. So what could be done as well for a campaign. So what you also need to do is maybe Google, for example, or I want to push it in the newsletter, the topic. Maybe I also want to create a video for it. So all the tasks here can be easily defined. Also, of course, then the responsibility can be assigned to different people. For the photographer upload, and I will start with that for this use case. I can just send out an upload link. The photographer, of course, can also directly upload to the workroom here. Also a very simple option for adding content are the so-called upload links or upload requests. So I just need to send a link here. The external users like the photographer will open it and has here the option to upload the content to our system. So we drag and drop. I add the content here from the shooting. It's also already possible to define metadata here. So it's our do-it-yourself woman campaign in different languages, and maybe also the rights owner. And this is, for example, for today, me. What should be added, what can be added, of course, is configurable. That's just an example. The only thing what has to be done is click on upload, and in the background the content will be uploaded and will be available in our workroom. And this is what you see automatically here now. So I'm switching back to our workroom from before, and if I refresh our workroom, you see all the newly uploaded assets from the shooting or the examples are immediately available in our workroom for the selection or for the retouch or rework. So we have here all the images, and now the action can start to work with that to get in exchange or in the approval of the content. So as an example here, we can get into the details of an asset, add some more information, add also some briefings for graphics team, for the photographer. So that's the so-called briefing forms here, which can be configured. But a very nice feature here is, of course, to highlight things on videos, images, documents, mark on images. So with the marking feature here, maybe I'm not that happy with the machine here. I want to have it in a different color. It should be not green. Maybe I want to go with the color yellow, what we have for our campaign. So the only thing what I need to do is select here the colleagues from the graphics team, maybe Birgit here, and tell her what she should do or comment here. Something like that, right? So with the built-in commenting features, marking features, versioning, of course, the content can be prepared, getting collaboration with the people until the final approval or the final version for the portal for the content hub for the DAM system as you maybe know it. Very quickly, I want to show you the exchange with the graphics team. So this would be a complete separate session, our direct integration with Adobe Creative Cloud, for example. But how can that happen? It's in that case a different image, but when you assign tasks, when you work, retouch images or content, of course, it's possible directly to do that with a native integration. That's the so-called CI Hub plugin, what you see here on the right-hand side. So you connect CELUM, you will be able to work on PSD files, on InDesign files, on different file types from Adobe Creative Cloud, and you don't need to log into the browser, download it, upload it. So the creation, the editing of content is much faster when having here this native integration to our platform. For today, just very quickly, this is a separate topic, but just that you know, of course, we also offer the native integration to Adobe Creative Cloud as part of this process or workflow. Good. So colleagues, invited users to the workroom can of course also reply, comment. So until, as mentioned, you have the final version. So this one can be directly then pushed to the next step in the process, to the marketing product manager approval, for example. You can already sort that out. So let's maybe also move here some of them to the next step. This can be done either here, but you can also do that via drag and drop directly in this here. And some things are locked, so you reduce the accident that people can directly approve things. So you need to stick to the workflow, the process which you define, of course. So I move them now all to the second marketing product check here. As you see, all of the robots which are defined will be triggered. So assigning it to the product managers, the marketing managers with a specific deadline, as mentioned, to reduce the manual effort. And now we are coming to the step where this content will be either approved or rejected, right? So maybe this one is fine. Yeah, I want to go with that as well. Yeah, I'm not that happy with this one here, right? So I would like to reject it. It needs to go back to the agency, to the graphics team. But that's the very simple process how you can work with that. Good. So for all the collaboration, creative collaboration, that's one of the first steps where you have a very easy possibility to approve content or reject it or also work with other people. When we are finished with that, we are now able to first see the approved content in our content hub, in the classical digital asset management, if you want to call it like that. But here we have our sample structure, we have the tools products, we have a dedicated campaign structure with the inbox which was coming from the photographer, and we have then the already approved products what we saw before, so which got the status approved in the workroom, and now they are finally here with specific metadata already, right? So if we have a look into one of them, if you can remember, on upload we already defined some metadata like the description and also the rights owner, and you see it here, this metadata from upload is also automatically available as metadata in our Content Hub, of course. So what I'm now able to do as a power user curator in Content Hub, I can of course add multiple tags, add additional tags, modify the metadata. Also the AI can help here to add more tags here in the background to describe the content. But what I want to show you is more like when we are finished with the tagging and we want to use it now in our portal, so the front ends, the pages to the people, then we are now able to automatically go back here to the backend and are able to select them. So that was the missing link or the missing part from before. We have a new product, we have a new sales, new in stock content, and we want to use it here now. And with the linked libraries and our do-it-yourself woman campaign, we see here at the moment just one, but step by step, they will be now available and coming to the library for selection and the usage in our portal. Before we see them, and select them, I want to show you also different libraries and features what we see here. So we see content which is already in the portals, which is already used, and I'm also able, of course, to pick that one here. So yeah, like the wrench here or the drill here. So that's the possibility where you have a pre-selection of content which is collected in library and then embedded or used in the portal. Good. So have a look also to the portal itself again. So if we refresh that, and that what I mentioned before, we're still not able to see the new page until it's finished, until we are ready with it. So again, let's pick that, see if we already have them. Let's pick here the drill machine, for example. Let's pick here beside of the drill machine also that one here. And last but not least, also pick here the third one, what I want to use. Yeah, let's take the hammer here. So just an example. So I'm really able to very easily select here the new products or the different products from the library. And when I'm happy with it, when I'm finished with it, the only thing what I now need to do is update our portal. So if we do that and would now refresh the page, magic will happen and we see the new page in our portal. Our selected images, as mentioned, it's just a demo, so the images are maybe not the best ones here, but to give you a little of an impression how it works, I think it's enough and sufficient to give you a feeling what is possible with portals and work. So a dedicated landing page also with do-it-yourself home ideas and some inspirations. And last but not least, where what I already announced in the beginning are also the content templates. The content templates are very easy option for non-creative users to create content based on templates. In this example here, we have a simple data sheet, and through the portal, as an end user, I would now be able to work with a template and adapt and change, modify dynamic parts of the template. So in our example here, we have the data sheet with defined data, defined metrics here. But the dynamic parts could be the logo. The dynamic parts for as a retailer, for example, or reseller could be I want to change the image here. And I want to also add my own address here. So the background is having a template with static and dynamic parts for different use cases, like a data sheet, like social media posting, like a business card, and so on, to allow resellers, retailers, partners, distributors, for example, in that case, to create their own content without graphics and design know-how. So if we want to replace this image now, we have in that case just one image selected here or available here, but with this option here, I would be able to modify it. What should be possible, like changing the size, changing the position of it, is restrictable. So you're really able to define what should happen in the template as well. And the other thing what I want to change here is the address. So it's CELUM in Passaustraße in 4030 Linz, for example. That's it. So I changed the dynamic parts of it, and I'm now able to export it in the needed file formats, sizes, and so on. So per default, of course, the typical use cases is either for print or for digital purpose. So for print, a PDF, and for digital web purpose, of course, we have different options available as well. Good. So a little outlook in the front end to give you a last step also what is possible in the content templates itself for modifications. So I'll open the backend perspective, the curator view of it. This one you should maybe remember. So the one we have just right away have seen here, and that's the backend perspective, right? So what should be possible as what is a placeholder? What are the people to be allowed to select here, right? So that's where all the configuration, restrictions, permissions for the template will be defined. And as you see, there are a lot. So restricting the position, restricting the change of images, restricting the shape, what could be done with it is also possible here. Good. So I'm happy with it now, and also to answer your questions. So this would be just a rough overview and bird view on a very simple process and workflow for starting from scratch. To repeat myself and also summarize it again. So we started with an existing portal. So switching back to it, the existing portal where a specific topic was missing, like a new sale, new in stock, new product line, for example, new campaign for do-it-yourself content for women at home, for example, or products for it, of course. We copied existing structures. We simply created with the visual workflow designer, portal designer, a new page, a landing page. In this landing page, the assets were missing in the beginning, and through Content Hub, we pushed and approved them for the portal. So very simple and bird view on that topic. Good. So we are now coming to the Q&A session, I would say. So also let me check now if there are questions. And also, again, feel free to add your questions now. We are also, of course, available later if you maybe want to think about that a little bit, what you have seen. But there are one or two questions already in the chat section. First one is, what about large content? So what about raw content which should be used in the portal, which should be distributed? Are there any limitations from CELUM side? The answer to it is no, because the CELUM platform is built for large content, mass of content, tons of content. And so we do not have any limitations. So of course, usually in the pre-processing, in the editing of content, you're working with raw content, with large files, but using the Adobe Creative Cloud integration, for example, and then also distributing it in a portal is absolutely no problem. In the background and in the portals, we are using also Cloudflare CDN, which is for worldwide usage and performant usage of the content. And yeah, there is basically absolutely no issue here in using a lot of content and large files. Okay, good. Then another question. Give me one sec. Do we have another one? Yeah. What about using portals, the content in different systems? Is this possible? So like a web shop, for example. The answer to this question is also yes, because first of all, depending on the use case, of course, but portals can also be simply embedded in third-party systems. So this could be a web shop, this could be a CRM tool, this could be a CMS tool, a website, also for pushing press content to people and to users. But if we think about the use case about retailers, resellers, partners, distributors, you maybe have the existing tools where you are in contact with them and in exchange with them. And with a simple embedding snippet of the portal, you can place it, embed it in your well-known existing tools and systems, and yeah, then also share the content and also the approved and up-to-date content through the third-party tools. Good. All right. So if there are questions, and that's one of the next things I want to share with you, we have the so-called customer experience team. This is me, of course, and this is also my valued colleague Marco, which is also customer experience manager. We are happy to help you also to use portals experience, use the content templates, help you to use it, also discussing your requirements and use cases. Feel free directly, for example, to use here this QR code to book a meeting with us. We are really happy to discuss your requirements and your wishes regarding distributing content, your processes, your workflows with you. And the second thing what I want to share with you is also quite new, the so-called CELUM info portal, because we have a lot of information. Information is also sometimes distributed. We have the help desk, we have the service desk, we have our hub, for example, where to find what, and to also collect and summarize everything, all the different information. We launched and created the info portal, which is in the backend also using our own CELUM portals functionalities. So based on your persona, so if you're either a manager, an end user, or from IT, feel free to find information there. It should help you. There are also FAQs, so frequently asked questions, what is typically from interest. So I would be also happy to see you there, use it, and also if something is missing, feel free to contact us if you need more information, of course. So as a last step, I want to thank you for today's session and your attendance. Um, Please contact us either through these options here. You can also directly book a meeting or reach out to us or to me, what you have seen in the slides. The slides will be shared afterwards with you, so you have all the information, of course, then. But as a last step, I want to thank you for today and your attendance and wish you a very great day. Bye-bye.